Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have another Lockdown League race. This is the N200 category, and this is round 4, and this is at Tokyo Expressway, one of the layouts. I'm not exactly sure which one, but we qualified second as this track has a really long straight, and we just did not really have the pace to do it, as there was a Lancia and the Civic, which were very fast, and we get a shocking start as we're going to go from second all the way back down into 6th now, and we have the Lancia Delta and another MX-5 going up our inside, so we are going to go from second pretty much to last, but we do get a tow here off Bay's the Best. We move over, realize that we're kind of stuck and where we're going. There goes the Delta, so we're up into 6th. We're going to move over the outside. As you can just see, this is a long freaking straight, as the Delta's going to get a run. And now coming up into the corner, we're going to brake just past the 100 board, make a bit of contact. We're going to go in kind of cautiously, leave the door open on the inside, and we're going to lose one spot, and we're going to get the spot back on the Delta. And no, we're actually going to fall back to last as we go side by side with the Delta off the corner. But with the boost on weak, the draft in this race was just everything. And because the boost was on weak, it was not like any other race where if you lost the draft, you were done. But the boost on weak does kind of hurt you when you lose about 8 seconds is when it stops working. So, and we're going to put it in the wall there pretty hard. And that's not going to, that's going to give us a 1.5 second penalty, as we're going to fall back further positions, back into 7th here. And now the Delta is going to go around the outside, so we're back in last. The Stratos put it in the wall, so we're going to go back up into 7th here. We're side by side with the Stratos now, coming into the right-hander. And we're going to get the position done. And I was not actually very good at this track, as I was still trying to figure it out, really, as I did not do any practice beforehand. I jumped into the lobby, did about a 5-minute practice session, then a 10-minute qualifying. So we are still trying to figure out where to actually brake, as we're going to actually brake semi-early here, but actually get it right compared to the cars there. And there's a big wreck behind us, and we're going to go up into 3rd position through the hairpin. And there is somewhere I realize I can make a ton of time. But here, coming down the street, you're just going to see the absolute ridiculousness of the draft with the boost on weak. So we're about 1.7 back now, coming onto the long straight. And this straight was just ridiculously long in these cars. We have the Civic behind us, who's actually going to try to make a move on us, and he's going to go around the outside of us. But that's actually going to help us, as we were trying to gear it so we would just have enough top for when we were in the tow. And here we go, we have caught the tow. Minimax 35, they just look like they're standing still, as we're going to go around the inside into the lead here on lap 2. So still a long way to go, as the Civic's going to go up the inside, as that thing was stupid quick in a straight line. But it was not real good in the corners. We're going to bounce off the wall just a bit. The Civic's going to pick himself up a penalty. Minimax 35 is going to go through. So we are just hanging out here in 3rd place. So we're skipping ahead onto the end of lap 2 just to show you again how the slipstream works. Is we got to run on Minimax 35. We're going to go to the inside. That's going to be a move done. We're going to see if we can cut across in front, get the draft off the Civic, and it's going to happen. We're going to see if we can take the lead going back up into turn 1. The Civic's going to defend to the inside. We're going to go to the outside. It's really not going to matter, as we're going to fly by at 145 miles an hour, as we are losing speed now. As we are leading the train, the Civic's going to tuck back up. He's going to go back around the outside, and we're going to go into turn 1 and see what happens. And we're going to get the line and get the move done for the time being. But the Civic's going to get better drive off the corner. And look at the car up the inside. Minimax goes up the inside. So now skipping ahead here later on to lap 3, coming down in to the uphill right-hander, I think. Yeah, we're coming down underneath the tunnel. No, back on the front straight. And we're in 4th here. We're going to just once again use this draft and going to go around the outside of Minimax 35 And then the Irishman in front of us in the Civic, he's hooked up to the back of the Delta, or hooked up to the back of the Stratos, and those things were very quick in a straight line. As you can see, we're barely catching them, but as soon as they go side by side, we're just going to suck right back up to them and going to see if we can maybe get a move made into turn 1. We're going to look to the inside. Move's not there. We're going to swing out to the outside, go to the outside of the Civic, going to try around the outside of the Stratos, and no, we lock up the brakes and just drive straight into the corner. That's going to pick up a penalty, and the Stratos is going to go through back into the lead. Skipping ahead here onto lap 5 of 12. The Stratos once again trying to get a run on the Civic. We're going to follow him. The Civic actually moves to cover off our move. I think that was actually unintentional. As you can hear my reaction on the live comm, and the Stratos is just going to come to like a stop going into the corner, but he's still going to beat us on the exit. So the Stratos was hooked up during this race. So following the Stratos now, coming down onto the back straight, skipping ahead to lap 6 now, and we're going to go to the inside here of Minimax 35, and still behind the Stratos. The goal here was just to kind of stay up front, and we figured after the pit stops, as we are going to have to make one because we do not have enough fuel to the end, we could then start really fighting for the lead, as I don't even know if you really want to lead as we're coming up into the uphill right-hander, down into 3rd gear through it. Minimax 35 and Mark in the Stratos in front of us. Now coming down in, the Stratos is going to get way sideways. We're going to have to dive to the inside to avoid hitting it, and we're going to go up in a second. The other MX-5 in front of us is taking the lead, and we're going to maybe take a look to the inside down into here. We're going to brake a bit early, and then we're going to come through, and we're actually going to go to the lead, but the switchback's going to work, and we're not going to be able to hold on to it. Minimax 35 still in the lead. Righty 1211 is going to come through, and the Stratos is going to stay in 4th. And I think the Stratos is actually going to peel off into the pits this lap at the end of lap 6. We're going to see if it does. It is not. So I was incorrect about that. Oh no, it is. The pit lane's just right up there on the left. So we're going to go through getting a draft on Minimax, and you're going to fly by righty. Oh, make a bit of contact there as he was trying to give Riddy a push, and and we nearly spin going down the front straight, but
I don't know how he didn't wreck.
The Delta, no, the Stratos, the S200, and the Civic all into the pits this lap. So now we were trying to figure out how to get this thing to work together and not lose too much time because of the boost, as they are going to get a great advantage with the undercut. But we all drive into the wall in turn 1, and we're just bleeding time. Now, at the end of lap 7, we're all going to dive into the pits together, going back onto the super softs as there was no tire requirement in this race. And we're going to put in just enough fuel to make it to the end. We're going to try and calculate it out so it is not sitting in the pits. But as you can see, we are going to lose the lead, I'm pretty sure, very badly. And there they go by. There goes the leader. So in theory, we're not that far behind, but they just have such a good run coming down the straight. They're going to pull almost 8 seconds of us on us coming out of the pits. So the undercut was definitely the way to go, and we're actually going to maybe lose touch of them if we don't get a move on here. So Bay's the Best is going to come out behind us, and he's going to go to our inside here, and we're going to see if he can actually... He's just going to draft way by. So we are in 5th. Righty 1211 behind us. Minimax behind them. So now coming into the chicane here on lap 8, we're going to go in, and we hit the stupid barrel. And I did not think that would actually do anything, but the physics in this game for hitting the barrel, it's literally killed my momentum so much. We're actually going to fall down to last place momentarily. So now coming up down in the front straight, we're going to see if we could... This was probably one of the best moves I made all freaking race, as we get a draft off Minimax 35. Going to run out 4th gear as long as we can now, up into 5th. Minimax has a bit of a penalty in front of us, so we're going to draft him. They're all going to break out and try to pass each other. Felix Brown photo, we're going to get a draft on Minimax, getting a draft on Felix Brown, going by the Delta. We're going to go through the middle between the MX-5 and the S2000, and then we're going to go to the outside, and we have gone from last to third on the entire straight. And as you can tell my reaction, I was shocked that we got that big of a run. So we're skipping ahead here to lap 11, and we are just going to show you the last 2 laps of this race, as it was very chaotic, as we're actually going to go to the outside here, which is 2 laps to go. And as you can see in front, we could not actually run down the 2 leaders, as the undercut was just so powerful, and the boost did not get us back up there. So it was really a fight for third and a fight for first, as the Stratos is leading and the Civic is second. But all the MX-5s, there's a Delta, and we're actually going to drive it way deep into the corner and tap it off the wall. No penalty there. Minimax 35 is going to go through into third. So we have a bunch of Mazdas, an S2000, and a Delta all here in this fight for third place. So we're going to see if we can get a run here on Minimax 35 coming through. This is the first time we've really shown this part of the lap in the video. And we come down through here. This corner you actually have to slow down for and to take it correctly. I did not there, as I accidentally bounced it off the wall. So now coming through, down through here, Minimax is going to go back through into third. And the rest of this lap, if I had to take a guess, was probably over 90% flat out, as you maybe a lift through there depending on what your tire wear was like. This corner you're going to downshift into third gear for, and then you're back right full throttle now through the left-hander, and it is flat. Minimax is leading, and now we are on this coming down into the final chicane or final hairpin, and then there's a little curve onto the straight, and we're actually going to give Minimax a push, trying to just separate us a little bit, but it's really going to hurt us. As you can see, Righty is going to launch it up our inside, and he's going to go through into fourth now, and we're going to see if we can get the drive off the corner. So at this point in the race, we were just kind of learning with just 1 lap to go, seeing how late I could make a move or how far back I could be to get a run and still come across the line first. So we're sucked up to Righty 1211. We're going to give him a push and see if we can maybe have a run here. He's going to go to the left, so we're going to get a run on Minimax. We're going to see, we're going to swing here, swing to the left, see if we lead the lap, if we're that far back, and we do. So that was actually valid information that we needed to seeing how much of a run we could actually get. As you can see, they're 3 wide behind us, and we're going to go 4 wide briefly as everybody's going around me. The Delta has found its way back into the lead with Cy Boyle, and to the inside we have Righty in the other touring car. And we are in front of Minimax as he is behind us now, looking for the draft. Righty 1211 right there is going to look to the outside, and we're going to go way deep into turn 1, just barely keep it off the wall to avoid a penalty, but we are going to lose out to Minimax, but we do get a better drive off the corner than Cy Boyle. And we're going to go up to the inside now in 5th. He actually bounces off the wall, so does Minimax. We're going to go to the inside here on the final lap, seeing what we can do. This is a left-hander, so we should have an advantage here coming in to this slowing down left-hander, but it is underneath the bridge. Minimax is in the tow, so he's going to come back through, and we are just going to back out of it and live to fight another day and try and catch Righty. Not a very good line through there, and Minimax does it even worse as he gets way out of shape, and the Delta is going to come through back into 4th, and the Delta is going to be there, and we're going to see if we can follow him and close back up into 3rd. I'm sure we can with the boost in the draft. We're going to go to the inside of the Delta here, which is going to become the outside, and we just about clear him, nearly hit the wall there, got very close. The Delta is going to bounce off into the wall. We're side by side with Minimax. He's going to try to go around the outside through the right-hander. It's going to actually work as he's up into 4th momentarily. We're going to back out and follow him behind and see if we can get him on the run to the flag. Now we are going to go for a wide exit out of this hairpin, just seeing if we can get a better run. So we're not actually going to try to dive bomb it down in there. We're going to go in very late. We're going to run a wide exit, get on the power as early as possible, and they're side by side, which is going to help us. So we're going to get the run on Minimax, and we're going to see right now. I think it is too early, and I think we're too close to actually make the move, so I'm not sure it's going to happen, as we actually have to back out of it, because if we push him, we're going to kill all of our momentum. He pops at the same time we do. We're just barely into the wall. They're side by side through the tunnel. We're going to swing to the inside, and as you can see on the top, he's going to move over to the left. We're going to make a bit of contact, and we are going to cross the line in 3rd place, as Minimax nearly runs us into the pit wall there, but it is going to work out, and we actually end up finishing in 3rd. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button, and comment below for what kind of content you would like to see on this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.